Whenever you do water blessings, is sharing of perfections, great blessed fortunes for each group of beings. This is like a blessing, sending a signal for all beings, because in our life there is just taking in to oneself. It's blocked within. Therefore, we need to release it out as well. Just like the river, without releasing out, just pulling into itself, is gonna be polluted, because there is just in, not out. Just like if we consume, if we eat something without the excretion, it's gonna be polluted and bad. All that accumulated and take in without releasing out, slowly the mind will start to be polluted. There will be full of greed, delusion, possessiveness, attachments, full of stinginess. That is pollutant. All that possessiveness and clinging, agitation, attachments, these are all polluted mind. It's a waste. Even feeling regret is also polluted. This creates depression in life. All the excretion, if not be excreted, then we need to share the perfection towards samsara. This is giving goodness towards samsara, and do it more frequently. There is no need to find any sanctuary anywhere. The mind will not detain in itself with suffering by itself. It will not be blocked with suffering. Therefore, there is no need to look for a sanctuary from anywhere. Just need to share frequently the great blessed fortune and perfection in the form of materials or sacrifices in all forms, by one's energy, physical energy, and intelligence, in the way of giving. This is all about giving away in the form of helping, supporting, in the form of giving service. That's releasing out. Every river, when there is a ventilation releasing out, then it's clean without keeping it, detaining it. It's cleansing itself. If just taking in without giving out, then it's gonna be polluted. It's blocked. Just like every reservoir and dam, at the bottom is polluted because the releasing out is little, less than the giving out. At the bottom of the dam is stingy, taking in much more than releasing out, than giving away. It's different than the river because it's flowing at all times. It's not accumulated anything. It's always flowing. Therefore, all rivers are clean. The same as people and all beings. If just taking in to oneself without giving away, internally it will be not cleansed. It's not clean. It will be full of agitation, depressed. The mind will not be spacious. We will not be clear. Those who sacrifice a lot because it's gonna be spacious, they feel serene. That is self-refuge. They don't need to find any sanctuary anywhere else. They don't have to look for liberation of suffering anywhere else. Once one give away all the desires, expectations will be released all by itself. They don't need to look for liberation of suffering anywhere else. Suffering is there because the giving is less. Grasping is more than giving. Therefore, all that is taken in is blocked within oneself. Don't look only just giving materials, but the perfection, which is the subtle thing, is the thing that is must be given away. Constantly giving and sharing. That is the result of the goodness, the result of the perfection or the goodness. Share, sharing, giving. Then you feel that your mind is spacious and light. And then it will be easily concluded towards ending. Everything is put down, the putting down itself. Easily concluded for ending the mind like this. The conclusion cannot be made easily. That is because of concerns and possessive, don't know what. All this concern and possessiveness is derived from what? Because the releasing and giving is less. The desires, expectations has been a lot. Is transformed into clinging and regret. This is a lot. When listening to the truth, it's impossible to come to terms with ending easily. When saying put down the putting down itself, one would think how to put down. It's not easily coming to terms with putting down because in the past just attached and fixated only. When listening to something that is beyond easy or difficult, it's impossible to be concluded towards ending because sacrifices and giving away is little bit. Therefore, water blessing is like sharing the goodness, blessed fortune. Whether you know there is a little bit or much, open up your mind to share it away. Then everything will be spacious. Automatically, the suffering will not be detained inside like the past. The suffering is detained because it's not releasing away, releasing out. It's being detained inside. There's not much that which can give ending for samsara. Everything is concluded towards put down the putting down itself. Not attached to the non-attachment itself. Conclude briefly like this, there is not much in this samsara. There's much because there's a lot of overlaying of the desire and expectations. The releasing is less, therefore it's imbalance. Giving something out of the mind from life and the soul is little bit, but desires and expectations is much more, therefore it's imbalance. Listening to something that gives ending is impossible because internally the desire and expectations is a lot internally. Therefore, giving away and sacrifices must be simultaneous with living the life. Taking and giving must be simultaneous. The river must flow in and out simultaneously. If you block it, it will be polluted. The mind is the same. The mind of all beings of samsara is the same. A lot of fixation, a lot of wishes, and giving away is a little. Therefore, is polluted within. It's the same. There's no difference here. Even you are looking around for a sanctuary, but inside of you is blocked. You can just look around for a sanctuary. It's endless. Let's conclude towards ending with not attached to the non-attachment itself. For samsara, that's all. Put down the putting down itself. There is no need to think of putting down anything to make it complicated. To think of just that, to put down something is already complicated. It's troubling already because it's not right. Instead of put down the thought of putting down itself, but putting down that which is don't know what. Put down the putting down itself instead, so that it will instantly ending. If it's still a lot, then frequently use the reminder, because the desire and expectation is still swinging internally. You need to share the perfection much more, so that it will lessen that which is still inside. Listen to that which is direct, then it will be directly ending. It will not be spilling out. You can see that Luang Po is still giving samsara in all forms. Both power of wisdoms, physical energy, still giving endlessly until now. You can see that. This is doing for you to see is the role of giving. In this samsara, you cannot grasp anything from your desire expectations. The more of that, you must have a lot of giving minds, so that it will be balanced. There will not be anything that is remains as that. Whatever you take in, you must excrete as much. Otherwise, it's gonna be poisonous. The remaining is poisonous. It's the same like inside of us. If you have expectation and desires for samsara, from samsara, then you must give samsara as much, so that it will be cleansed. It will not be poisonous. You don't have to look around for any sanctuary. It is subjected to yourself. Open up your mind and share blessing. Everything is not about practicing to get anything or to attain anything. This is the act, performance of giving instead. Performing to bless, to give instead. There are so uncountable lifetimes full of design expectations. Every moment of the mind, the grasping mind is always overlaying. This is not little at all. Therefore, we need to open up the mind to always share the goodness at all times, so that it will purify that which is tainted inside, that has been there for so long, for so many lifetimes. There is no need to look around for any center. Yourself is the center of blessing, of bodhisattvas. Is there within you. Yourself is the center of the bodhisattvas. Just give, just bless. Okay? In this way, it will be direct. It's so boring that there's always competition, always possessiveness. This is the trash of samsara, trash of the world. Properties of the world, of samsara, is so boring. Properties of anicca, dukkha, and anatta in itself. That which is given, it will just flowing in and out, is the type of karma. The result of giving, it will come back on its own. Make a conclusion well with everything. Let's conclude towards not attached to the non-attachment itself. Let go of the letting go itself. Don't think of letting go of anything to create complication here. Absolutely. Cut through at the origin instantly. Purify oneself by sharing and giving towards everything, child. There is no need to reserve anything. Open up the mind. Share. Disengage from disengaging itself. Purify through the extinction and the emptiness for everything. This is not about disengaging from anything. Disengage from disengaging itself instead. This is the purification within itself. Within the non-attachment itself, it's giving ending to itself, child. Use it with everything. Automatically, there will be the purification of the extinction for samsara. Even what is there that is left a little bit, it doesn't grasp itself. It's ending within itself. Every sentence purifies itself. It doesn't grasp anything from itself. Any sentences purify themselves, give ending to themselves.